Right.
going on in the unseen forces.
Right.
That's constantly sending signal.
Right.
You constantly sending signal. You on a tether, bro. You connected, bro. You feel me?
Right.
Constantly sending that signal. For you to even still be in the physical form, you only in the physical form because of vibration, bro.
Right. Exactly.
If vibration stops, you will dissolve, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the song is always been, as long as I'm able to feel myself in the physical flesh, the song is always being played, bro.
Right.
You're not playing that fucking song, bro.
Right. Exactly.
It's up to you to listen.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Yeah, you going right into what I was just about to say as far as like, if you on a country station, there's no way that you can receive rap. So that's like, if you on a low vibration, there's no way that you can receive these thoughts. You're not on the frequency. You can't receive, you know what I'm saying, pop music on a rap station. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be tuned into that frequency, and your vibration controls the thoughts that come to you. These thoughts are in the field, and like we were saying, the vibration controls your thoughts. That's why a homeless man can't think like a multi-millionaire CEO. They don't receive the same thoughts. You see what I'm saying? They don't receive the same thoughts. They thinking in lack. They're thinking in abundance. They're thinking in a whole nother frequency. You know what I'm saying? So you can't receive thoughts. Not saying it can't change, but until you up your vibration, you can't receive the thoughts that these multimillionaires are receiving.
That's what I'm trying to say. I just rode through that neighborhood over in Lake Las Vegas, bro, and seen $7.5 million homes, bro. Motherfuckers is not in the same frequency, bro, as this, bro. The rich get rich and the poor get poor because of the frequency they put us under, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If I grow up around $7.5 million houses, I'm at least grab a house that's worth $1 million.
Right.
It's just it is what it is. It's
right.
a product of my environment.
It's that frequency, right? You on that frequency.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a wave. So your vibration tells you what thoughts you having. And that's why you can't think yourself out of negative thoughts by thinking positive. That don't work. Because if it was like that, everybody would be happy. It's
right.
The vibration you in. That's why if you get sad, you keep getting more thoughts, or get depressed. You know what I'm saying? You keep getting more. You keep attracting more thoughts like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's like when you on a higher vibration. These lower fucking vibrations can't even fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? They can't even reach your level. You feel me?
They dissolve before they even get to you.
They can't even reach your level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, it's just like that station we was talking about. You can't receive the station because you're not on that frequency. So, even the state that you could tell we've been living in for a little while now, like, don't shit hold us back. You know what I'm saying? We always thinking progressive. We always thinking holistic. We're seeing both parts of it. We ain't saying life is fucked up, or is you know what I'm saying, everything bad, or it's never that way. We look at the holistic. We look at all sides of the experience. We know that what we going through is just a product of the experience that we chose. We couldn't experience that if we didn't experience that situation, like having a child or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, having a child. You can't experience baby mama or baby daddy problems if you don't have a child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, there's no good and bad. That, like, baby daddy or baby mama drama is just a polarity of that of the experience of having a child, right? So is it really bad? Ain't no bad. That's just a polarity of the situation. That's like if you own a label, you can get dropped from a label. If you never was on a label, you never have to experience getting dropped from a label. That only comes from that. There's two sides. That's the polarity. You know what I'm saying? Being successful on the label and getting dropped from the label. Neither is bad. They're both just two polarities of the same fucking experience.
Yeah.
So nothing is either good or bad. It's all just.
That's like life or death.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? That boils down to it right there, bro. You gotta come and you gotta go. But what is the knowing of coming and someone never leaves.
Right. You can't. We can't talk about death if it was no life. They're both one in the.
Talk about life. There was no death.
They're both one in this. It cancels it out. If there's no death, then it cancels out because they're one thing. Everything is rooted in duality, which means it's one thing. We got the curse of seeing things and split, but it's all one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's only one experience.
Good and bad is the same thing.
It's just the same. It's just different polarities of one thing. Because when you start,
you gotta think. Because in order to be strong, someone has to be weak.
You know what I'm saying? And is it good that he's strong or good that he or bad because he's weak? It's just two polarities of the same.
It's balanced.
And at the end of the day, it's related to you if you thinking it's, but even to get into thinking it's bad that I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? No, that's just a polarity. You can get strong. You know what I'm saying? You're just on the other polarity of this circumstance.
So that's how you can go from poor to rich.
That's how you do it, because you look at everything as just, it's one. You don't get trapped in the duality. That's like I say with the jumping the cables. Like if a positive cable, you know what I'm saying, jump your car, you know what I mean? We say positive vibes only until it's time to jump our car. And then you need both positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, would you say positive cable is good and the negative cable is bad if they both jump in your fucking car?
You can't say that.
They both one whole. You feel me? It's one whole. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's just like the earth and the energy they collide to make one. You feel me? To make manifestation. So without the earth, it couldn't. Everything is everything for a reason.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everything is everything for a reason.
Right. And that's like splitting. That's like saying summer. That's like somebody that don't like winter, and they say winter's bad, summer's good, spring is good, fall is bad. All of these are just polarities of one's experience. How is it bad or good? These are just polarities of one experience, and they all have to have their time within this experience. So it's not nothing bad about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you relate to it, but that's going to send you on a certain journey, getting into the good and the bad. So it's just, when you look at everything holistic, that's like somebody that never went to college. They're not having college problems.
Right.
When you choose to go to college, you bitching about what happened at that school, but you ultimately chose that situation. And you not passing that class or whatever, that's just the polarity of going to school. You can't have those issues unless you're at school.
Right.
So we be bitching about shit that we choose certain circumstances and we bitch about it. That's like you can't be.
You gotta know what stresses and strains is coming from.
Right, exact, man. There you go. And that's like, you can't be divorced if you never were married. Is divorce bad? No, divorce is just a polarity of marriage. You feel me? But everybody will say divorce is bad, though, but it's not. It's just the opposite end of being married. And it's duality. You have to experience that. That's like somebody having a mom. Having a mom, you have to experience at some point not having a mom. You're going to have to experience losing a mom or whatever. You can experience losing a mom. Having a dad, the duality is not having a dad. So that's the experience of having a dad. Like, you wouldn't know what that's like if you didn't have one. So like, you got you can't look at it as bad that my mom passed away, or, you know what I'm saying? That's duality. That was destined, just like us, just like everything. So duality, it's all rooted in duality, and that's why they say an unstable man, what did it say? Unstable mind. Idle mind. It said a double-minded man is unstable. This is getting to the root of duality. If you thinking this shit is good, you can't not experience the opposite polarity of whatever it is that you're choosing. That's like if you say I'm a Christian, there's automatically going to be people outside of you on the polarity end that don't like you. If you say I'm a Hebrew Israelite, there's going to be people outside of you that's on the opposite end. It's kids that ain't even born yet. Duality is waiting on them. They ain't even chose a fucking religion yet. But it's people in duality to whatever you choose. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever path you take. So even when you accept that I'm black and this, that, and the third, polarity comes with that. That's why I identify with my soul more than anything. Because there's a duality when it comes to that. Because I'm connected to everything. I see myself in everything. So there's no duality. I understand the rooting of my duality. I understand that I'm a walking contradiction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's duality in all things. Like, yeah,
for sure. That makes sense. A walking contradiction.
Like, so, like, good, bad, it's all relative. It really blinds us. Like I said, a double-minded man. People worshiping God, wanting everything to be good. Like, because that's like somebody
everything get that. Never be good.
Right.
I mean, there's no such thing as good.
I know, right? Exactly. Because that's like, and people give their credit away to the devil, and they don't see that. Because that's like somebody getting evicted from an apartment. They'll say that's bad energy.
By God.
They'll say, right, and you know people will typically say like, that's bad energy. I got evicted. Negative energy. But then a week later, they get an apartment rent-free for the first month. Now that's God. Hold on. That's one whole experience. You wouldn't have had that apartment if you would have never got evicted. Who are you giving the devil your credit? Because you couldn't have got that apartment if you wouldn't have got evicted. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like somebody going through the worst relationship ever, and then they get into the best one. They're all a part of one whole experience. So somebody to say that was bad energy or the devil with the worst relationship, and now you're saying it's God with your other relationship that's the best. You couldn't have that new relationship without without the worst experience. You feel me? That couldn't.
Because you wouldn't know your measuring stick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You wouldn't have no compass on how to, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know how to measure that, how to gauge that. But that just shows you how people give the credit to the devil, basically, because they have an unstable mind. Like, they say, oh, God brought this man. Well, if you never ended that old relationship, only because you had the worst relationship are you having the best one now. So how is that God and the devil? How are you splitting these two situations up? That's one whole. It's always one whole. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how
you feel me?
What you say?
Everything is everything.
Everything, yes, and that's it. Everything is everything. So the thing is, like, we choose these experiences and we only want things to go a certain way. That's like motherfuckers say, motherfuckers be irritated when they gotta fix their car or some shit like that. And so we know when we get a car, you're gonna have to experience accidents or get your car done, worked on. This comes with getting a car. If you don't want to experience that, don't get a car at all. You know what I'm saying? But this is the duality of having a car. Nobody's getting a car and don't have to do no work on it, ever. But in people's mind, that would be good. And that would be bad having to get repairs on it. But it's all part of one experience. If you want a car, these are things that you're going to have to experience. It's one whole. You know what I'm saying? That's the devil. Oh, man, my car breaking down, man. It's negative into the devil. Now your car get fixed. Okay, that's God, or now you happy, or that's good vibes. No, that's one whole experience that you just had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one whole experience. You have to embrace that. I chose to get a car. I'm not about to bitch about whatever happened. Whatever happened with this car, I chose it. It's a million cars. You chose that car. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You chose that city to live in. It ain't going the way you want, but you choose. And you have to accept, you have to embrace the whole of it. You know what I'm saying? All the experiences that come with the shit, whether it's baby mama drama, whatever, you shouldn't have had a child if you didn't want to experience that. You know what I'm saying? This is part of experiencing, right. You know what I mean? Parenting. So it's either, if you be like, man, I hate that shit. Well, there's no way to separate it. You shouldn't have became a parent if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what circumstances are going to come out of this. But once you become a parent, it could go so many ways. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta embrace it and be like, I chose. This is the full totality of this experience. Losing a child doing bad in school, like that's the polarity of everybody have to deal with certain circumstances with their kids, but those are the polarities of having a child. You know what I'm saying? But we look at this shit like a burden. Like, you shouldn't have chose to be a parent then. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's too late now. Like, you can't control the circumstances. You're basically connected to all, you know what I'm saying, both polarities in that situation. Whatever you put yourself in, you could be a fucking actor. You know what I'm saying? And that's then you put yourself in the polarity of an actor, getting the goddamn Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Versus not getting no awards. Like, nobody that's not doing any acting or no movies or even trying to act or having issues like that. You know what I'm saying? You took those issues on when you wanted to become an actor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit makes sense.
And we agreeing to shit. Every choice that we make, we're agreeing to shit that we can't see at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the source is. That's what the all-knowing is. It brings things to the light that you couldn't see when you were making that decision a month ago, years ago. And this brings up our awareness when we take it as it is, instead of trying to just bad or go around it and ignore it. You know what I'm saying? But even when you moved down to Vegas, it was shit that you was agreeing to that you couldn't see at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, whatever happens to you is just the polarity of that experience. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing bad or nothing out to get you. You know what I mean? Like, things might not go as fast as somebody wanted, but nothing is out to get you. This is just the polarity when you put yourself in that experience. So now I'm on some shit like, do I want to experience this or not? You know what I'm saying? I'm choosing if I want to experience it because I know I'm not, you know what I'm saying, bulletproof to the polarities of what happened.
What come with it?
Exactly. Everything created in this universe is rooted through duality and polarity. It's rooted through it. You can't have God. You can't talk about the devil without God. It cancels it out. You can't talk about left without right. It cancels it out. You can't talk about up without down. It cancels it out. You can't talk about front without back. It cancels it out. They're a whole.
You can't even talk about man without woman.
It cancels it out. It's a whole. So while we're beefing, looking at each other, you know what I'm saying? We better or we do. It's an illusion. All this shit is a fucking illusion. From the color to the age to all the shit that we bickering over, all the shit that we got pride over. You know what I'm saying? That's not the shit that's keeping us alive. Under all the pride, the breath is what's keeping you sustained. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, like, but that's some shit I had to level up on. Like, damn, like I need to be more embracing when it comes to my decisions that I'm making, to where I'm not bitter. You know what I'm saying? I need to know going into this, it's some shit that I can't see right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I need to know that, and I need to know that this is what I want to do. So it don't matter whatever opposition comes is nothing to me, because this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody that fucking like working at McDonald's. They not tripping when it's rush hour. They doing something that they like to do. The motherfucker that just want money is the motherfucker bitching. I hate being in this goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more focused on choosing what I want to do and embracing the polarity of that experience.